got it. All right, so I guess it's recording. All right, so welcome to Seesaw for School. Julie and I are gonna work with you today just to talk to you about just some basic things with Seesaw, but then we have some tips and tricks and some fun things that we thought that you could use as you're going through these next couple of weeks with your students. So Seesaw has been purchased for our schools for the rest of this year and then all of next year. And it will look a little different next year. I talked about that a little bit in our faculty meeting today. Next year, when all of our kids have their own iPads, they'll be able to go in through Clever and all the classes will be at the bottom. So it'll be a little bit easier for our students. One of the nice things about our version, our premium version of Seesaw for School is we can schedule posts. So we're going to show you how to do that in a little bit. You can decide. So you can say next Friday you want something to come out on Seesaw, and that'll automatically post next week. You don't have to wait until the day of to have it post. As you know, we can have co-teachers. Now that we have the premium Seesaw, you can have, instead of just 2 co-teachers, we can have up to 20, which I would imagine would be a little overwhelming, but we don't need 20 co-teachers, but we do have that capability of having 20 co-teachers. Julia, please interrupt anytime if I'm forgetting something.
Okay.
If you don't know how to connect your co-teachers, you're gonna open your Seesaw, and then on the right-hand side, you'll see the little wrench, and you'll click Manage Teachers. And then you're just going to add the teacher. If you know their email address, you can just add them by email address. If not, right under the email where you would put the email in. And again, when we get into Seesaw, I'll show you all of this. You can just copy the link and then send them in an email. And when you get this PowerPoint, there is at the bottom a little article to help you do that if you have not connected co-teachers yet. And co-teachers have the same access as you do. So you don't have limited access. They have the exact same access that you do. For our co-teachers is something you might want to write down. I spoke with them yesterday, and they really want to have the same color folder in every classroom since they're going to be in all 18 classrooms or 17 classrooms. So Greg for PE would like a blue folder, Megan would like an orange folder, and Georgia would like a dark purple folder. So if you can make that happen for them, and you can just label it PE or Mr. B, I'll just label it PE, art and music, then that will make their lives a little bit easier. Questions up to this point?
Hey, Cheryl, does that mean if we've already created a folder that's using one of those colors, we should go in and change our folders?
Yeah, I would just change it to a different color. And you just the same way, you just go in, you manage folders, and you just click on a different color or double click on that folder, and then you can change the colors.
What color was for art? I missed that.
It's on the screen. Art is orange.
Thank you.
And PE is blue, and Georgia for music is dark purple.
So we create the folders and they're going to put the stuff inside it, or the activities. Is that right?
Yeah, and you don't have to create the folders. They'll create the folders if you want them to. That's totally up to you. But yeah, they'll put the activities in the folders. You're not responsible for putting their activities in the folders. And then the other piece of that is you're going to get, you know how when you get notifications, it'll say like 6 approvals, 6 items waiting approval. If you see an art or music or PE one, don't click that. Like, don't approve it. Leave it, and then when they log in, they'll see it and they can approve it. If you accidentally do it, it's not the end of the world, but it just makes it easier for them when they log in. They'll know that, and they're going to do the same for you. They're not going to click on to approve them if it's your stuff and not theirs, or if it's learning support stuff, or if it's EL, whatever it is, they're not going to click on it.
And we would recommend putting everything that you assign out, assigning it to a folder, because it'll filter it to that folder. It'll keep it super organized for when you go back to look at your assignments.
So then one of the nice features of our premium version of Seesaw is that we have a shared library. So we can have there's a shared district and a shared school library. Again, as soon as we get into Seesaw, I'll show you how to do that. But I would really recommend waiting until you've received feedback from the kids before you put anything in the shared library. But you can look in the shared library for other things that maybe other 4th grade teachers or 2nd grade teachers have put in there of things that worked. But again, make sure that you wait until, Julia, can you monitor the chats for right this second?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to let people in.
Please add me as co-teacher.
Yeah, if you can add all those people that we talked about earlier as co-teachers, if you have students, if you have learning support students, either Emily or Carol, if you have EL, either Laura Whetstone or Janet Borghi, and then making sure that Greg, Georgia, and Meg are all in your classes as co-teachers. Something that we can do with our premium version is we can have a multi-page assignment, so we can put multiple things for one. Like if something is 2 pages long, we can now do that. So that's nice. We'll get into that again when we click into the system. Something that we're not going to focus on this year, but if you want to mess with it, you absolutely can. We are going to focus on it next year is the skills. We can track progress for students for specific standards and for specific skills. And next year, one of the things they're going to have us do is start to use a 4-point scale to track the kids' understandings. And it's going to be all right in Seesaw, so that's going to be really nice. One of the other things you can do is you can have a private teacher note. So you can collaborate with all of your co-teachers if you wanted to. You could collaborate with me, with Justin, right on someone's work. You can post a note that the kids can't see, that just you and the co-teachers and administration can see.
Shirley, we have a question. She said Olivia's teacher ran into the problem that her old iPads at home didn't work for her children, so they had to get district iPads. What happens if we run into this?
If the iPads don't work? Is that what she said? Is that what
Her
you're talking about, Seth?
iPads were like older versions that she had at home, and they wouldn't support the Classroom Seesaw app.
I know there's like, you have to update the Seesaw class app. Like I've read multiple times that always make sure that app is updated.
I think her iPads were just like 5 years old or something. Like the device support.
I mean, the iPads that the district bought, I'm sure are the new ones. So
yeah, and I think let's worry about
like
that
your
if we
own
get to
home
it.
personal ones.
Oh, let's talk about that if we get to it.
Okay.
yeah,
Because
can always
we would
update
have to
the
talk
app.
to Jess, or we'd have to talk to the help desk. Hopefully they're able to update the app so then it would work, but we'll have to think about that as if it happens. So if it does happen, just send Julie and I an email and we can
Okay.
figure it out.
And then do we need to make sure that they download the Classroom Seesaw?
Yeah, they need the Classroom Seesaw. Because there's like parent Seesaw, there's
Right. Okay. Thank
yeah,
you.
and until we get our parents connected, parents will just, they're not going to be connected right now unless you've already connected them. That's totally up to you.
Yeah, Laura has a question.
Go ahead.
Does ELD need to have their own folder for each class with ELs, or can I just assign to my specific students?
Well, it would be easier if you had your own folder because then the students can send that stuff into the folder. If you just assign stuff, then it's just going to come like on the feed and you're going to have to search through all the feed to find it. If you have a folder, you can click on the folder and it'll show you everything that's been put into that folder. So I would recommend everybody having their own folder.
Okay, that helps.
And there's like we'll show you guys later, there's a really cool way that you can click on the folder and it will just take you to that work in the folder.
So just some more basics on the premium subscription. We have unlimited number of activities. Before, I think you were limited to 100 activities. Now we have unlimited. There's already standard aligned activities in here, so that's going to really be helpful for next year. We're not going to focus on this year, but next year what we are going to do is we're going to keep everything that's in the students' portfolio in their journal section is going to be kept. So that's going to be their portfolio that we're going to pass on from grade to grade. But again, that's not something that we have to focus on or that we're focusing on for this year. There's analytics by school. So Justin talked a little bit about that. We can look at, who's logged in, how many classes you have, which is why I said some of you have multiple classes. If parents are logging in, how many parents are logging in, what is happening with the students. And then we can also look at the ability for the students, their progress towards the standard. So one of the things, and I'm actually, Julia, I think I'm just going to get into Seesaw.
Yeah.
So I have my own Seesaw created for my tech team. I don't know how to make this smaller. What? Does anybody have a question?
Yeah, Shirley.
Yeah.
Back on that screen, I just saw briefly, it said, avoid Clever login at this time.
Yeah, the kids shouldn't be going through Clever right now.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
should just using the app for right now.
I already mailed letters saying to do that.
We're going to talk about the home learning code in just a few minutes that they'll have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Justin said I could do that.
Well, so there's some new things that Justin doesn't know about, like these home learning codes have to go through. So
I sent that.
yeah, so they shouldn't be logging in through Clever. They should be logging in this way. So if you click, it's on, I think I'm logged out. So let me just go back here. So on your main screen, when you log in, right here, it'll say get home learning codes. You're gonna need to click on those and you can download the codes. And then you can either mail them, it's totally your call, or just send them kid by kid through Dojo. And Julia, do you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so the home learning code, the purpose of it is for the kids to see, it's different from the code that you guys were using in your class throughout the year. So the student is going to be able to see everything, but the home learning code keeps their work private to themselves. So that's basically the reason behind it, is for privacy. That way they can't, unfortunately, like I know sometimes we like kids to comment on each other and say great job, but for the home learning, they won't be able to do that, but that is to protect their work. And like Shirley said, if you click on that banner where it says get home learning codes, if you click download, it will put it into an Excel sheet, but if you click print, it will actually populate it into a PDF, and you can just copy and paste it there into Dojo, or there's a QR code. But that home learning code is what they're going to need to be able to log in, and it is different from the code that you used throughout the year. But I believe it's the same teacher account. Is that really?
Can I just give a suggestion to Nancy? She could do this. She could just use the iPad, and when you go to print codes on there, she could take a picture of each individual code and just put it on Dojo. So she clicks just the Dojo app and it will just come up, and then she just finds that picture and puts it in there. It takes like 10 minutes. Just an easy way to do it if she doesn't want to like old school mail everything out.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Thank you. Thank you.
And right now, Janet asked if it's their student ID. It's not. It's just code that Seesaw created.
Yeah, it's like a 12-digit number.
Yeah, their student IDs aren't in here yet. Next year they will be. It'll all be attached. But right now, they needed to just get them quickly. So it's not.
Okay, so parents are going to get on the app and then use that code to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
Yeah.
all they'll need? Is that all they'll need to do?
The
Correct.
class
And
app,
the class app. Yep.
not family.
The class app and then the home learning code that I send to them.
Yes. And
And
then
then
it'll
they
just
should be
give-
in.
Yep. And it'll just give the kids access to just their work.
Okay.
That's really what the district wants us to do, is to just have them have access to their own, not to anyone else's.
Okay.
So from what I'm understanding is that the family app is for messaging, but it's Dojo. So it's kind of like, it would be confusing if the parents downloaded the family app for messaging, because we already use Dojo. So what I'm doing is sticking to Dojo for communication, but then using the Seesaw class app for students and their work.
The family app also just lets us know, like when Olivia posts something, then we get to see the work and
To like it, yeah.
so.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you can message
true.
directly that.
Yeah,
So this
all
is
of her communication gets
this
through
is
that
going to be
now.
a transition. Dojo is going to fizzle out.
Yeah, so I wouldn't,
Yeah.
I would just focus on getting the stuff up for the kids. I would not focus on the families at this point. If the directive comes out for next year, we can phase out Dojo, but just keep doing what you're doing with Dojo. Parents, we already have a huge number of our parents connected already. So I would just keep Dojo as our parent communication and keep this as where we're posting and talking with our students
Mhm.
through the comments.
Mhm.
So we
So-
just tell them to go on Seesaw dot.
It's all in the, when you do the print code and I print the codes,
Oh,
everything,
it'll be in there when you print the codes.
everything's in that they,
Okay.
that they need to do. So you're just going to take a picture. If you put it on your iPad, you're going to take a picture of this for Aruna and it tells her go to app.seesaw.me, click here. So you're just going to take a screenshot of that, send it to Aruna.
Okay,
Now,
thank you.
take a screenshot, send it to Christopher. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Question from Carol, will the learning support students access with the home learning codes, or are we to provide separate codes for them to access our activities?
No, so you're going to be part of all the classrooms. You're going to be a co-teacher. So the
Yeah.
teachers will send the home learning codes and all you'll do is just create your folder and put your work in the folder and assign it to your kids. The homeroom teachers are going to, if they ask for help, obviously to send it, that's different, but they're going to be the ones who are going to send home the home learning codes.
So every student should have one code, because if they need to get into another teacher, they have the co-teacher way.
Right.
Perfect.
So to add that co-teacher over here, next to where your name is, you're just going to click on the link, click on the wrench, sorry, click manage teachers. And then, like I said, you can either put their email address here if you know it, or you can generate this code and then you're just going to copy and then you could paste it in an email. Questions on that? Okay, perfect. So the other thing we were talking about are folders.
Mhm.
Here in my journal, here, my class journal, I'm just going to click on the folder. Here are all the folders that I've created. When I'm working with people, I can click manage folders to create a new folder. And I'm going to make it blue. Well, I'm going to make it orange and I'm going to say art. Click on the little check at the top. And now I just created an art folder. I need to go back and change my math folder color because it's orange and I need it to be a different color because art is orange. So I just click on a different color and then just go back and it changes it. I don't even need to save it. So I need to do that for this one too. So I'm going to click here. I'm just going to change it to gray and then it automatically changed it to gray. Questions on creating a folder?
Tammy has a question.
Yeah.
Do you have any co-teachers, Shirley, in your Seesaw so that we can see what that looks like?
Yep. So when I go to manage teachers, I have Julia and Greg already here.
Oh, okay. Gee.
So it'll list them all at the bottom if they're there. So again, I'll do it again. I just went to the wrench, my classroom settings. I scrolled down to manage teachers and I just looked to see who was attached to my class already.
So from my end, I can see Shirley's stuff. It's kind of like Dojo, like it's kind of like when, what's it called? You know, like when the teacher connects on Dojo. That's what it reminds me of. It's pretty.
Right, they can post a story, they can send messages. They're basically the same thing as you. They can give your kids points. That thing, it works the same way. They're the same, they have the same access as you do. So I'm just going to show you quickly how to add to the school library. So actually, let me show you how to put things in folders, first. So if I have something here and I want to put it in a folder, so the options, this is just my main journal page. This is where everything is, just straight down my list. The options at the bottom are I can like it, I can comment on it. I can click this, and this is my private note. Like he doesn't know these words. So I can put a private note. That kid can't see that. Only I can see it and my co-teachers can see it. So I could say like, Julia, please work on 1B words with student.
And parents can't see private notes.
Right. Nobody else can see that. Just Julia and Greg. That's it. So that's that. Then this is where we would put our skills for now. Don't worry about that. Sorry, someone was getting it. And this is where I would put it in a folder. So if I wanted to change the folder that this was in and I wanted to put this in the math folder and my 1B folder, I could do that. I could just put it in the 1B folder and then click the plus. And now you see right here, it's in that 1B folder. Any questions on that?
Back to Tammy's question in the chat, how will we know there's a private note to check? So you can see that that little T is blue and there's a number 2 next to it, which means that there's 2
Yep.
private notes there. If there weren't any private notes, it would just
It would look like that.
transparent. Yeah.
Right. See, it just says T. I don't have any notes in this one. But if I look here, I see that I have 2 notes in there.
And it's for your purposes only, like it's like Shirley wrote, it was for her to know that the child did not know those words. So it's not like a note to the student. That would be comment.
Other questions?
Sure.
Can you? Sorry.
Can I go? Am I good?
Yep.
So I'm on Lori's Zoom. So like I uploaded some activities to Seesaw for art, but I can't get them in folders. Like I add the activity to, like, as a co-teacher, like I made a bunch of folders in the classes that I'm already a co-teacher in, but it's allowing me to post it to activity, but it's not allowing me to put it in the journal. So like I can't get anything to go into a folder.
Okay, where are you uploading it from? I'm sorry, I missed that part.
So I'm uploading it, like I'm clicking on journal, I go to the green add, I add an activity, it goes into the activities folder, and it'll show up that like I added an activity, but then I can't put it in a folder from there. It doesn't allow me.
I think I know.
Well, so here's what you have to do. So when you have it here, you click assign. And then you click here and click folders and you add it, you click folders. You add it to your folder.
I did that and it'll still show up saying that I have 0 items in my folder.
Megan, did you make your folders after you assigned your activity?
No, I made them before.
Before? Okay. You could just manually go in.
Yeah, I did that too, and it'll still come up in the folder and it'll say that I have 0 items in it. Like it'll list saying like assigned to all students in camp. Underneath it, it'll have a folder that says art. But then like when I go back to the journal and I click under art, it doesn't show up in the folder at all.
All right, let's problem solve that. We'll problem solve that with you. Oh, I have lots of chats.
I just tried it. And it's the same thing for me as well. It's not showing up in the folder. It's showing up on the main assignment page, but when I go to view the folder, it says 0 items.
Yep, that's exactly what's happening to me.
Okay, we'll problem solve that.
Yeah, we can check with Wes and Garrett.
I'm not sure why that's happening.
Emily says, since I will be a co-teacher, what will my screen look like and how will I maneuver to different classes? So yeah, we can.
So you're gonna click on your name. You'll have options here. And you'll just click on it there.
You can toggle back and forth.
Yeah, you'll be toggling back and forth between every class. Like it won't show up every class on your main screen. You have to click. It'll say here how many classes you have. Like I only have 1 right now. So it'll say how many classes you have. Another question? Oh, okay, thanks. Okay. So let me go back here. Oh, more questions.
Are all teachers going to have the same issues as Megan and Georgia? All co-teachers, I mean.
I don't know. I'm not sure why that's an issue.
Yeah,
But we're gonna look into that. Yeah,
Yeah. We'll ask
because
Garrett.
it shouldn't be any different. They have the exact same access as you do, as whoever creates it.
Mhm.
So we're gonna get into that last. So Julia's gonna show you how to take your Nearpod. Julia's gonna show you how to take your Nearpod and smash it with Seesaw. So,
Shirley, can I just ask a question about that folder real quick before she goes into that?
yeah.
So when students submit work, it comes up on that main screen, right? We don't have to save that specific work to a folder. It goes into where their name is, correct?
If they've created the folder, the specialist or whoever has created the folder.
No, I'm just saying for the classroom teacher.
Say your question again then, I'm sorry.
So if they submit work that we assign, it'll come up and we'll have access to it and we can comment and do whatever. But then we don't have to do anything additionally because it'll save in their individual folder, correct? That we've created for them.
It'll save in their portfolio and
Portfolio, you're right.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, that's all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right, Julia, we're
No,
ready.
you're good. All right, Julia.
All right.
App smashing.
So app smashing. So it's like this term. Basically, it's when you smash two apps together, you get the best of both worlds. So you can app smash with Nearpod. Can you guys see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you can app smash with Nearpod and Seesaw. So let's just say I'm in Nearpod right now and I have this lesson. So I'm going to click on student paste and you want it to be student paste. So I'm going to click on student paste. I've already started the lesson, so I'm going to go down here to share. And from right here, normally you would share the code with your students. So normally when we do Nearpods, we say there's a code all the time to get in. But what you can do from this screen is hit link. And now you're going to go back into Seesaw and you're going to hit add. You're going to hit post student work, go down here to link, and you're going to paste the link into this. Not pasting, let me try it again. Oh wait, I didn't copy it, sorry. I hit link, you have to copy it, go back up here, paste it, and then hit the green check mark. So then what this does, I'm gonna assign it to all my students. Let's just say I'm gonna put it in my first week of Seesaw activities folder. So then what this does is it embeds the Nearpod directly into the student journal and they don't need a code to log in. So if I go ahead and click on it and I'm a student, I have to put in my name, click join session, and it takes me directly to the Nearpod. So it's really nice because you don't have to tell the student a code. You can just assign it or copy the link and it embeds it directly into your Seesaw. And you want to make sure it's on student pace. That means that they can go through it at their own pace.
Would you like her to do that again?
Yes, please.
Another one? Okay.
Yeah.
Am I not sharing this? I'm not sharing
I saw
my
your
screen
face.
anymore?
You're not sharing anymore.
Okay.
Nancy.
All right, let me X out. So you're gonna go to Nearpod. You're gonna go down to your library and choose a lesson. So let me do a different one this time. Okay, so I want my students to work on partitioned shapes and fractions. So I'm going to hover over it, click on student paste. I've already started this. So when you do
You go to one that you haven't started.
Yeah.
They can see what it would look like when they haven't started it.
So I'd add a new one probably, right? Oh wait, no. Okay, there we go. So let's just say to work on finding and using evidence. Can you guys see this one? So click on student paste. Click on link. The link is right here, so you're gonna copy it. Now you're going back into Seesaw. I'm gonna post it in Journal. So you don't post it in activities. You're gonna have to post it in Journal. So click Add, Post Student Work. Click link right here. Paste the link. Hit your green check mark. Your green check mark again. And then like this is where you do all of your signing, sign to your folder. And then I will show you what this one looks like. So I'm a student right now. I'm gonna click on it, pretending like I'm a student. They put in their name. They click the blue arrow to move on to the Nearpod. And then they can just go through the Nearpod. And once again, it's to eliminate the use of a code. Even though like, it's really nice to have everything in Nearpod or in Seesaw, like all in one click. So that's kind of what it eliminates, is kids going out of Seesaw into another app, using all these different codes. Kind of just makes it a one-stop shop for everything that we want them to do. Does that make sense?
Anybody have any questions on that? If you want to try it, we would be happy to Zoom with you and you could share your screen and we can work on it together.
This might be coming up later, but what's the difference between entering in a journal and entering as an activity?
That's a good question.
That answer.
Because sometimes like I definitely had that question too at one point in the beginning.
So I know the journal,
Student work.
Yeah, it is, but you can also post in it for students to see things like I just did. Like you're probably thinking, oh, you want them to do that Nearpod. Why should it not go in their activities? I guess you could use it like interchangeably. I don't know, Shirley, what do you think?
yeah, I'm not sure. I'm going to find that answer.
I did ask Wes on Twitter and he didn't get back to me yet about that, but
He probably doesn't know either.
it's just, I mean, do it where you want to do it. At the end of the day, you're going to have folders and it's going to be filtered into a folder.
And this stuff that is not anything that you have to do. So please don't be overwhelmed. If you are the type of person that just needs to go to the activities and post activities for your kids from the Seesaw library, by all means, please continue that. If you want to do these, like I've been working with some grade levels and some specific teachers to create choice boards, we can work together and it makes it just easier. You can just change everything week by week. We shouldn't really call them choice boards, really just call them like activity boards because we're not really going to give them choices. But that's something that we can work on. And it's really just whatever you're comfortable with is what we want you to do. So if you, like I said, if you're just comfortable with just doing the activities on doing them the way you've been doing them, sending them to students, that it's totally up to you. We can spend these next 4 to 6 weeks really figuring out Seesaw. I can hold weekly Seesaw meetings where you can just come and ask your questions and you can share your screen and we can help you fix whatever it is you want to fix, create whatever you want to create. That's totally up to you. But please, I don't want anybody to be overwhelmed with any of this. What questions do you have? I see a question up here.
Shirley, how are the students seeing, I don't know, are students seeing this differently than they did when we used it in class?
The only difference is they can't see anybody else's work. So in class, they could see, because remember we had it on shared, now we have it on one-to-one. The only difference is the only thing that's different is they can't see each other. and they can't comment on each other's. Like, I know some of the things, like when you download them from the community, it says, go find 3 of your friends or 3 students in our class, like and comment on 2. They can't do that. So you would have to delete that part of the direction for them because they can't see each other's work if you've sent home the home learning codes. If you're still doing it the way you did it, once you send home the home learning codes, then they will only be able to see their work.
Shirley, can you show me where the home learning codes are again on your screen?
Yeah, let me share my
I
screen.
saw, I just didn't know, I don't know how to pull it up in Journal, right?
You can't do home learning codes on the iPad.
Yeah, it has to be on your computer.
It has to be on your laptop.
Okay.
So as soon as
That's-
you
that's
log
what I
in,
have problems with.
yeah, as soon as you click in, it's right there.
Okay, but it's not on the iPad.
No.
Okay, that was my problem.
Okay.
And remember, if you pull these up and print them, you could take, I can't pull up my Snag, but you can snag a picture of each one. And you could, because you can go to Dojo, and that's probably easier. You can go to Dojo right on your computer, classdojo.com, and do it like that.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't work for me yesterday.
Did
What
you
part?
save?
The snag it and drop it in to Dojo.
I think you have to save it as a picture and then upload it as a picture.
I tried a million different ways. I gave up.
I
just finally cut and paste the code.
Yeah, I was gonna say, otherwise just copy and paste the code. That will make
Yeah.
it easier.
Which takes them to the same place. It takes them to that
Mm-hmm.
PDF.
I think once kids log in the first 1 or 2 times, it's going to save their home learning code for them. That way you can just click on it each time.
So Jackie, you do want to change this. If you have the same account that you had when you were at school, you are going to want to go to the wrench. And down here, student sign-in mode, we did have it. It was a shared code and we just printed, remember we just printed one code and we hung it around the room?
Yeah.
You are going to want to click this one-to-one devices.
Is that going to change everything?
Oh.
It's good. It's not going to change anything, but it's going to, you have to do home learning codes.
Okay. I already sent home learning codes, so.
Right. So you'll be fine. So you just need to change that to one-to-one. And
okay, I'm going to do it right now.
Don't do it now, heavens.
Well, I wanted
to. And hopefully the one-to-one device thing doesn't change for next year.
Well, it says, so here's what it says. Changing.
Yeah, it says they'll have to log back in. I understand what Jackie's saying. If they already logged into your code that you had sent out already, will they have to re-log in or QR code back in?
They might have to log back in, but they shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
That's what it says. It says it's recommended.
It does say that.
It says it'll sign out all students.
Which is fine. They can log back in. They have their codes.
And it's not a different page or a different account.
Right. Nothing's going to be different. They're just going to log back in. It's the same thing if they cleared everything on their iPad or whatever. They would have to log back in anyway.
Okay. So you say I should confirm.
That's up to you, Jackie.
I did it. I did it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so one of the things for archiving, yeah, Tammy and I worked on this the other day. If you just go to whatever, and it literally, and Tam, I think you're on here, you can talk about it. I think it took her like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. You just click on the dots. I can't click on these. I don't know why, but anyway, there's an option that says archive. And you can archive whatever stuff. You could also delete it if you don't want it.
Their work stays there, but the activity gets deleted.
Right. So you just go to your activities and then you're archiving the activities. So, but for some reason, I don't know why mine won't. Maybe because they're all new. I don't know if because they're all new, it won't archive, but.
Yeah, maybe.
Remember,
Maybe
this is new
it's
for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tammy did it. Sorry, Shirley.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I have made a practice Boylan teacher page. I didn't connect it to Buchanan, but like I just made a practice Seesaw account aside from my own just to see what it looks like from the kid end. I know you can click sample student, but I just wanted to see what they were seeing. I pretend log in and do all of that just to practice. So don't be afraid to do that type of stuff.
And this is it. We're all in the same boat trying to figure this out. So, you know, like I've said it before, but please don't be overwhelmed. Please just reach out if you need help. Reach out if you are struggling with anything. We do have a couple more things to show, but honestly, I'm gonna say that if you're feeling overwhelmed right now, this is probably the point where you're gonna be like, I'm done. That's okay. That's totally okay.
That's okay, yeah.
You can log out. We are going to share just some shortcuts when you're creating some Seesaw activities.
Oh, yeah.
Now they always have the microphone and all that, so we're going to show you how to do that. And we're also going to show you how to add your Bitmoji or stickers to student work. So I'll get back to those two in a second, but I will share this this PowerPoint, these Google Slides, and then on there are some frequently asked questions. So if you're struggling with some things, please search there first. Well, not first, you can always contact Julia or myself first. But there are some frequently asked questions on there. Does anybody have any questions before we get into the Seesaw? Or I see questions.
I think that
shortcuts or
try to clean up.
Bitmojis.
Just so you know, the folder thing, it only appears in the folder after a student submits the response. I did a sample.
Oh.
So I assigned it in the music folder. It goes to the main feed with all the other assignments. So that's kind of annoying. And then when they submit the response, it appears in the music folder.
Okay.
So Megan, are you on?
We already talked about it.
Yeah, she's here.
Yeah, we and Georgia were
Oh, okay.
Thanks for experimenting with that, Georgia.
Yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
because there's somebody in my folder who has an art, in my class who has an art
Who was that? Jackie.
activity
Jackie.
completed, so you could go see.
Let me look.
And I
Yeah.
think that's just for homework.
I was just going through them now because I didn't realize like that's how you. I didn't realize that's how it works. So once me and Georgia, once you figured that out, I went through them, and I did go through and I did approve the one in your class, Jackie, and that is, it did take away like the notification and it did put it in the folder for me.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
It's cute.
everything's just gonna like float around in the activities. Like our stuff will be in with your stuff until they.
Is there a way to organize that so like all academic things are like reading things are together, math things are together? Or is it it could be like a reading and then an art and then a math and then a music and then a PE, like it's all like intermingled. I'm just wondering how, like Brad and I are doing, you know, setting up our work, sending it out on Friday and have it in a certain order. Like, is it all going to be intermingled, or I'm just wondering how tricky it's going to be for the kids to navigate through this.
Yeah, they're just going to scroll down.
Yeah, but then that's the thing on the right-hand side that like, Tammy, if you just want to look at their ELA stuff, you can just click on your ELA folder and their names.
Well, I'm thinking about them. Like when we have a choice board of here are your options, but then like when they go through their list, is it going to be, you know, part of our assignments and then like one of the specialists or you know, learning support lesson, you know what I mean? I'm just wondering how that's all going to look for them to be able to find what we've sent. If that makes sense.
Yeah, and we've talked about we don't want it to look overwhelming on their end and overcrowded.
So if you're doing, like Tam, you guys are doing that choice board or activity board. So if you take that activity board and you only have 1 or 2 Seesaw assignments, they're only going to see 3 things then from you. Because they're going to see your activity board, they'll see the 2 assignments that you've posted from Seesaw. So it's not like they're going to see.
Except it's like 2 for reading and then for math and then science. So it will be more.
But you guys don't have 2 activities from Seesaw for science.
For each, yeah.
Not yet.
Right. So if you are working on, like yours looked like you did that light box for math or for science.
Right.
If you do things like that, they're only going to see that page. They can flip back and forth. So the less Seesaw activities you do, the less scrolling they'll have to do. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I'm not saying don't use Seesaw activities. I'm just saying the more Seesaw activities you use, the more scrolling down they'll have to do.
So, but we'll post the choice board and then all the links and stuff there. But then hopefully, I think what Tammy's trying to say is then all the Seesaw activities hopefully will be right under that to say, okay, well, here are your choice boards. Bam, here are your Seesaw activities. Just click on the Seesaw activities.
So maybe you want to assign your activity first and then your choice board on top and say, look down below.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
at your options. Like tell them to look.
Right.
So do
So
the
activity,
activities
activity, then your choice board, and that's what will come up top. But if Greg sends it out after that, Greg's thing will be first.
Yeah, but if we do it, Tammy and I do it all at once, I mean, it would just be bang, bang, bang,
Yeah.
bang, bang.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you could say like on Friday at 3:00, we're post everything. So before or after.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean? Don't post at 3.
When you do your Seesaw shortcuts, that's what I want to do. Like sign, do a Seesaw activity with our choice board thing. Is that what you're going to show us?
I'm
Like how
sorry.
to,
I couldn't hear you. Say it again.
no, that's fine. Are you gonna show us how to like say step 1, record yourself, step 2, put the T down, like for the assignment for Seesaw? Is that what you're going into?
I can if that's what you want me to do. Yeah. No, I was just going to show you how to make them have the microphone come up or how to make the pencil come up or whatever.
Yeah, that's what
A
I was
little
asking.
icon.
Yeah.
Right.
All the little
Yeah.
icons.
Brad,
Yeah.
there is a YouTube video on this.
Oh, I've watched a bunch of them. Yeah.
Okay, so it does tell you step by step.
Okay, thanks.
So also in here, the YouTube resources is that guy named Chris. He has a ton of YouTube. God, I hate that thing. He has a ton of YouTube videos for different things to do in Seesaw once you're ready.
He's really knowledgeable.
Yeah, I mean, he just has so many different.
And we can like ask questions to him and he gets back to us like right away. Like I messaged him last night on Twitter and he got back to me like so fast about something.
Is there a Smash video?
Yeah, I think there is actually.
Emlet made one. We can.
Yeah,
send that to
Wes
you
made
guys.
one too. Yeah. Actually, I have an email to send with this from Wes.
Yeah.
That'd be great, thanks.
I think
Yeah.
there's one for Flipgrid too, isn't there, Julia?
I think so because I've
Yeah, I think that's what they sent us.
with that.
Other questions?
Questions for the kids. It looks like Dojo. They have to scroll and find it all. Yeah. Yeah.
So if I have an ELD folder, and I want a certain assignment, but just for like certain L's, you know what I mean? Can we assign to, I know how to assign an activity only to a certain student. I've done that. Is that the same kind of process?
Yeah, that's what you're going to do. You're going to assign the activity and you're just going to put it in a folder so then it's in that folder.
And I can assign it to a certain student at the same time? Okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah.
Because I don't want my higher L's doing like the level 2 work. You know what I mean? Like,
How are we
When I
going
go here to assign, when you go here to assign, like I'm in my library, these are all the things that I liked. So I'm going to click assign. And hold on, I got to move this screen. And I can either click who I'm going to assign it to. That's edit students. I can assign it to the folder and then I can do skills. So I can pick which folder I want it to be in. Students I want it to go in, and I can pick skills that I have uploaded, which I don't have any uploaded.
Okay.
So
you can do
folders.
both.
Yep. Just from the assign button on here after you've liked things.
How are we going to make sure we're not giving kids too much work as far as like with the ELs, learning support, everything like that? How are we going to balance that?
Yeah,
Well, like if you're a lower L, then they would do mine instead of ELA. That
Wouldn't they
makes sense.
still do the grade level mini lesson though?
I think Justin had a good point. I think he said earlier in the faculty meeting, work with your colleagues on if the mini lesson isn't appropriate and it's at too high of a level, then obviously maybe Laura or Janet can step in and provide the resources that that student needs to achieve the main idea at a first grade level rather than at a third grade level. you know, I think we're in different times, so we sort of have to, we're sort of figuring it out all together.
Yeah, we can talk about like your two, they're not super low, so we can talk at our meeting and, you know, we can work that out.
Well, they're 1B and 2B readers. Like I was going to have them have their artwork, but then still have the whole class have the mini lesson, or should we not do things like that anymore?
I think whatever you guys decide is totally fine. I think if that works, then that works. I mean,
Yeah.
still gonna do, I mean, it's, everybody's doing main idea, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's doing main
I think
idea.
so. Yeah.
So if everybody's doing main idea, then your mini lesson might be for 3rd grade, but then Laura's going to take it and show them what it's going to look like at a 1st grade level if they're a 1B reader.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, you guys make that decision grade by grade. What other questions do you have?
Shirley, if I have an activity that they're going to be adding on each day and then sending to me on Friday, will their work save each day without them submitting it?
Yeah, because it shows kids that are working in drafts that are still working on stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and they're going to have to save it on their end in order for it to save the work that they do. Does that make sense?
They will have to save it.
Yeah, because if they just hit the back button, it's going to say, it'll ask them, are you sure you want to delete this work?
Okay. Okay.
So,
And remember, you can approve posts, like you can approve their work, so you can see that they're still working on it.
right.
So approve it each day instead of waiting till Friday.
No, that's up to you. If you've decided that it's not due till Friday, you can just approve it on Friday. But you might have a kid go in every single day. So then you might have 5 things to approve from him when really only the last one is the one that counts.
Okay. Okay.
So that's up to you, however you want to do that.
Okay. And I will have to tell them to look in the folder. Is that right? They won't see the activities in their activity screen. I have to say, go to first week's work folder.
No,
I don't think it's enough. The folder's for us.
yeah, the folder's for you. It's just going to say
Not for them.
screen. No.
No.
So they're just going to see all the activities like they have been before.
Yep.
Okay.
Just going to have it organized so that when you,
Okay.
since when you click on your journal, whoops, let me go back to my class.
Okay.
When you click on your journal, you can click on class journal, click on the folders, and it's going to show me what I have in every folder.
Okay. So the folders are for me, not for them.
Correct.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
for your organization.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Should we show them the fun digital sticker stuff?
Can I
Yeah.
ask a question quick?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You said YouTube is not accessible to kids, but I saw somebody who said to use Safe YouTube to create a new link. Do you know if that will work?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm trying to think, you can ask. If you have a parent that you can ask and you can send them something, see if
Yeah.
you can pull it up on a student iPad.
I can try that.
That out with sample student, or will that not work because we're on our own computer?
You're on your own computer. It's not going to work.
Yeah, I will for
Georgia,
everyone.
try it with Sophia. If you send it to
Yeah.
Georgia, yeah, I was like, who do we have? Georgia will try it with Sophia. So just send it to her.
I share my Google Doc with. Will that do
Yeah,
it?
and then Georgia can share it with Sophia and see if she can open it on the.
Okay.
And Lori, I remember you did something when I taught 4th grade with those riddles. and
Yeah.
you-
Yeah, that's, Amanda asked me to create a how-to. I'll just do it like a screencast of how to do it. What you do is you just pull up the link of the YouTube video. You put it in, I think it's called Video Converter, which is a website, and then you save it as an MP4 on your computer, and then you can add it as a video. That's what I do.
So you can add it as a video into your option board or your click
Yeah,
on
for?
Yeah, if it's you only, that's just for YouTube stuff.
There is a way to make clickable choice boards.
Yeah, Steph, is that what you're asking?
I was just asking that, I know how to do the clickable choice board, but I have a couple YouTubes embedded in that. So right now, since I didn't do it correctly the first time with the YouTube videos, I just put the link on. They can't choose to get in, correct? On the student iPads.
It won't let them in to YouTube. So that part of your choice board, they won't be able to access.
To access, okay, that's what I
You'll just have
wanted.
to change it to do the MP3 or MP4.
And Lori, you're gonna give us directions on that.
Yes, I'll try and do it this afternoon.
That's great.
I have to go pick something up at Buchanan and deliver it. But yeah, I'll try and get it done this afternoon. It doesn't take that long.
If you want help creating a choice board that has links that are live for the students, even after you save it in the PDF or save it to Google, let me know and I would be happy to help, and I'm sure Julia would too.
Okay, great.
So this has been an hour. I don't know if you want to stay on or if we want to and talk about this next week about shortcuts, or I can meet with grade levels one-on-one and show you these quickly and show you stickers. Yeah, I will send the Google Slides along with the app smashing from Wes. I think the app smashing was Nearpod and Flipgrid. So I will share those with everybody just so that everybody has access to this. I don't know what the recording is going to be like or sound like. I'm not even sure I'm recording.
No, you still are.
Okay. I don't know how to tell from up here. But.
Cheryl, my screen has a little dot in the upper left-hand corner that's blinking red. So I think probably
And I can tell as a co-host.
Well, it'll be fun to listen back to this then. So what other questions do we want to stop right here and focus on some of the things that we talked about today and then do the stickers and the shortcuts later? Or do you want to do the shortcuts and the stickers now? So how about this?
They are really cool, I have to say.
If you want to do the shortcuts and the stickers, stay on. If not, I will just schedule a time and I would love to meet with you. So,
or you can watch the recording later.
Or you can watch the recording later. Yep, we'll keep it going.
We'll just
I can't figure out how to stop
move past an hour. Just scroll to like 1 hour and 1 minute.
Yep. So if you want to stay on, great, stay on. If not, thank you, and we'll see you guys later.
Let us know how we can help.
Yep, let us know what we can do to help you. So this is actually the part that Julie and I were the most excited about.
This is like really fun.
So the shortcuts are really simple. It's just you're typing in your directions. Let me see if I can pull up. The screen is like in the way. I don't know how to. There. So if I'm up an assignment. Go ahead, Julia. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I've already added digital stickers to some of my students' work, so I can show them like if you have stickers on your on kids' work.
I'm first gonna show
the direction. Yeah. Sorry.
The directions, if that makes sense. Of course, that was a bad one that I pulled up. So you see how, I don't know why it's highlighted. See how they have take a picture of an area of the room and it has picture? Use the drawing tool, tap the text. So all you're gonna do for that is type in, let me make this big so you can see, is you're gonna type colon and then like, you know, you're going to go to Seesaw, Seesaw, add, colon photo, colon. So this is one of those things you're going to want to save and have it near you so that you can drawing, and it'll come up with that label rather than those words. Does that make sense? It's fairly simple.
Yeah.
Same for each tool. It's just a different name for the tool.
Right, exactly. Just colon before the word and then colon.
For us to save this, should we like snag it and put it on a Google Doc, or how do we easily get to this?
So I'm gonna send you I'll send you this separately. But when I send the slides, you'll have access to copy that.
Okay.
But I'll send the shortcuts just in a separate portion of the document.
Thank you.
Then the fun. So adding stickers and your Bitmojis to your student work. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to a window and type in Chrome, Bitmoji Chrome extension. A lot of you probably have it on your computers already. If you don't, this is how you get on, so we'll just do that quickly. So you click on the Bitmoji for Chrome, and then you're gonna, right here where mine says remove, you're gonna download, and then it's gonna come up here in your little toolbar up here. So this is my Bitmoji up here, okay? So now that we have that, I'm gonna go into my Seesaw. I'm gonna go back to my class. And if you see, it's going to tell me exactly what to do. Like I wrote it out just so you could see exactly what needs to be done. Whoops. Let me get this to go away. Thank you. So I'm going to click on this person's work. So I'm going to click on the 3 dots. I'm going to go to edit. And then I am going to find a Bitmoji that I like. Be on alert, because if you, for instance, type fantastic, well, I guess it's not on here. But there's some that are inappropriate. Let's just say that. I'm going to right click on it, copy, and I'm going to come back to here, and I'm going to hit Control V, and there's my sticker. And I can make it smaller, I can put it wherever I want, and then I'm going to click the plus sign. And now that sticker came up on there. You can go to Teachers Pay Teachers. There are a lot of free stickers. So to do that, to put a free sticker on there, I'm going to do the same thing. I need help downloading the teacher stuff, let me know. I can do that. But
yeah, there are a lot of free ones on there. I downloaded a lot last night.
Yeah, so did I.
It's like what I did.
I'm going to go to edit. And then see how I can't, now that I'm in this, I can't mess with that sticker. Does everybody see that?
Mm-hmm.
It's drawing on it, yeah.
So I'm going to go to upload. Something's wrong with either my internet today or my computer today, because now I can't click on anything.
You want me to try it? I can try it, Shirley.
Yeah, it's frozen. I can't do anything.
Do you want me to stop?
Yeah, go ahead. Just
sharing?
stop sharing mine and share yours.
Okay. All right. We were in, oh God. So let's just say we're gonna go down here. Okay, so I want to, you can see like I added a sticker to one of my students' work. So I'm gonna go back down to the 3 dots like Shirley said. Hit edit item. Upload.
Now these are ones that she's uploaded from Teachers Pay Teachers or different places, which we can help you with that. That's not a hard part.
So like I have a whole like thing of like digital stickers that like you can just add to the work. So maybe I want to write like something like that. Your work is amazing. So click open, and you just added another sticker to the student's work, and then you save it by clicking the green check mark. And if I go back down, I like to do it to let the student know that I checked their work, and then I just add a comment to also like make it a little bit more personal. So that way, if you can tell your students, if you see a sticker from me, you know I checked your work this week. But yeah, we think that they're fun. And like I said, teachers pay teachers. They have a ton of free ones on there. Ton.
And there's a bunch that cost like $2.
Yeah.
And you get a whole bunch. They're not.
And you can do your Bitmoji too. They love Bitmoji, so you can do Bitmoji.
I just did a couple free ones. Like I found some owl ones and then some ones with cactuses on them. And they just said like, keep going, good work.
Yeah, they're really fun for the kids.
Questions?
Yeah, looks like.
Thank you both. Very informative. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You deserve a raise.
Well, that's not gonna happen.
Wait, I have one more thing to share. Can I share it quick?
Absolutely.
Okay. Again, if it's too much, like tune me out. But this is really cool. I think I really liked this when I saw it.
Or just log out.
Share my All right. So there at the top, like Shirley's, you can download the Bitmoji extension. They also have a Seesaw extension. So I'm hovering over it right now. It's called Post to Seesaw. So let's just say I find like an article that I want my students to read. Let's just say there's a article or part of an article that I want them to look at. Let me just grab an example. Okay, let me just go to this one. Pulls up the article, and this is like the article that I want them to focus on. I click this extension and I click on capture selected area. Let's just say I want them to read these two little sections, and I want them to focus on that highlighted word scuttled. It will automatically turn this into a post. And you can say something like, I don't know, using context clues, tell me what the word scuttled means, or something like that. So you can find things online and take like a screenshot with that Seesaw Chrome extension. And it uploads it directly into an activity into your Seesaw library. Does that make sense?
Lots of information.
We can show you things like in
worth your hour.
So I'm in the Chrome extensions, and you said it was called what? Post?
That one was called Post to Seesaw.
Okay.
We can send you a name. We can send you the name of the actual extension. So like we have the Bitmoji one and then this one. We can, in the email that Shirley sends out, we can write those down.
I'll edit the slides and I'll just edit the slides and put the link right in after the Bitmoji.
Okay, because I can't find it.
It came up under reflect in Seesaw.
Yeah,
it came up under what?
When I Googled Seesaw extension, it says reflect in Seesaw. And then that's how I got to it.
Okay, maybe that's the name of it. Do you find it, Jackie?
Mm-mm. But that doesn't mean anything.
I'll look
keep
in
looking.
the details and I'll find the exact name for it in the details of the extension.
Okay.
But just another little tip for you guys.
For me,
Jackie, it is called Reflect in Seesaw.
Okay, I got it. Thanks.
Okay.
I'll copy him the link and any other questions?
Any other extensions I should have now that I'm in the store?
There's a nice Zoom extension. So Zoom has an extension that you can just click on it and you can schedule your Zooms right from that bar rather than typing everything out and going to.
Is that how you schedule them so quickly, Shirley?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, how did she go in her email and do that quickly?
No, and then you just, it's pretty.
That's cool. We'll have like a separate Zoom session for extensions.
Yeah.
Okay. But
yeah, there are a lot of extensions. I have a lot.
Anything else?
The Screencastify one is really good because you can screencast your screen. You can record your screen and you talking.
Yeah, cool.
Those are the ones that I would focus on now.
I have those.
Perfect.
Okay. I think the Zoom one, you have to sign in as the like you're doing it for the first time with the SSO.
Yeah, you have to sign in first and then it'll work.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to
Okay.
on that SSO thing or whatever it is. But
Yeah. Okay. Just in case people get there and they're like,
yeah.
All right.
For your hour and
15 minutes. Yeah, hopefully it was worth
Getting
it.
excited about Seesaw like we are.
Nancy, please don't we are here to help. So please, where's Tam? Tam, I've been working with Tammy. We get on the Zoom call and share screens and try to figure some things out and do that. So it's easy.
Hey, I want in on that. Well, don't just scream. Don't just do Tammy.
Sorry.
Let
We can do that, Brad.
Yeah, thanks a lot. No wonder she rocked it. And that first page is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making the choice boards, like I helped, like Tammy created a Google slide and we were just commenting down the sides and I was changing stuff and saying, is this okay? So you can, we can help in any way. So please just reach out, let me know. I will try to stop into all the team meetings this week. So if you think of something that you want, you can ask then. If you want it done before that, then just let me know.
Thank you both.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Have fun playing with it.
Yep. Have fun. Mess around.
Yeah.
You'll be
You
here.
can't break it. You can't break it. Just like
Thank
the
you.
breakers.
All right. Thanks, guys.